Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Moraz, and I'm the MLA for River Heights and the Minister of Innovation and New Technology. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Anishinaabe, Dakota, Oete, Denisuvene, and Neahutowak peoples, as well as the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We acknowledge the treaties that were made on these lands, recognize the harms and mistakes of the past, and dedicate ourselves to moving forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's a real pleasure to welcome you here. And for those of you at your very first political press conference, you now know that you have to come super early to get the uninstructed views. I'm pleased today to be joined by my colleagues Shannon Corbett, MLA for Transcona, David Pankratz, MLA for Waverly, Tyler Blasco, MLA for Lashmodier, and Rob Berkowitz, CEO of the Rady JCC. And I also want to extend the regrets of Carla Compton, MLA for Tuxedo, who is getting some well-deserved vacation time now, but sends her love and affection to Simkin as always. We're also grateful to have so many dedicated staff, families, and community members here with us today. The people who help make this place such a welcoming and vibrant part of our community. Our government knows that children are our future, and the investments we make in them today will shape the kind of Manitoba we have tomorrow. When we give children the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to thrive, we are helping build the next generation of leaders, innovators, caregivers, and community builders. Every child deserves access to a strong start and the support that they need to reach their full potential. That means investing in quality education, early learning and childcare, and in the people who work with our children every single day. To begin, I'm pleased to welcome the Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning, Tracy Schmidt.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Minister Moraz. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all today to talk about two of my favorite things, community and childcare. So it's quite an honor to be with you all here at the Saul and Clarabelle Simkin Center. We'd like to thank the Simkin Center for hosting us here today and for the ongoing commitments to providing a holistic and compassionate service for the residents that you care for. So it was in 1915, the Winnipeg Old Folks Jewish Home, now the Simkin Center as we know it, opened with a mandate to care for those who can no longer live independently. Woven through its programming has been a commitment to Jewish values, culture, and traditions. And more than 100 years later, the Simkin Center continues to serve residents thoughtfully and intentionally, creating community and providing high-quality care. So since 1915, our province has undergone significant changes, and yet even today, those values of community and care remain as relevant as ever to the work that we're doing together to build a stronger Manitoba. So today, we are pleased to share that through an important partnership between the governments of Canada, the government of Manitoba, the Saul and Clarabelle Simkin Center, the Rady JCC Child Care Center, we are investing in stronger communities and we are expanding childcare. Through the creation of the Faye Vicker Laser Early Learning Center, the Simkin Center will soon be welcoming kids through its doors. The center will be located in a new wing of the Simkin Center known as the Gray Family Center, an intergenerational hub where children, older adults, and families can grow and learn together. The new Early Learning Center will provide childcare for 152 children up to age 12. greatly going to increase access to care for families in White Ridge and Linden Ridge, for the Simkin Center staff, and for Jewish families living in Winnipeg. This is 152 families whose lives are changed with this announcement today. Children attending the center will have the opportunity to connect with this community and its residents, experiencing firsthand the kindness, compassion, and vibrancy within these walls. This project will bring together children and residents of the personal care home, creating connections and a sense of belonging for everyone. It will ensure that parents can access high-quality childcare so they can work and study, knowing their kids are well cared for. We know that it takes a village to raise our children, and today we are strengthening that village, and we are investing in our kids and in our families. Again, I'd like to thank everyone involved in this project, the Government of Canada, MP Carr, the individual donors, many of whom are here today, the Saul and Clarabelle Simkin Center, the Rady JCC, Minister Miraz, who's been a fantastic champion for this project, obviously Jeff and Rob, Lori, there she is, Lori, oh my gosh. Thank you all for your hard work and your patience and your dedication. Here's to the next 100 years of serving families in this great community. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Schmidt, for those remarks and for your continued work on behalf of Manitoba families. As the Minister said, this announcement is a great example of what we can accomplish when governments and community partners work together for a common goal. To that end, we're also pleased to have a fellow partner joining us here today. I want to introduce friend, colleague, MP Ben Carr, to come forward and make a few remarks.
Well, good morning, everybody. Shalom. It's very nice to be here. I was thinking a lot this week about connections and roots and community. And exemplified by this was the beautiful Shalom Square Pavilion that we held at the Rady Center a couple of weeks ago, and a variety of other Folklorama events. It was exemplified when I knocked on a door in Fort Erie a couple of days ago and a woman said, "I babysat you when you were 2 years old." She's right there. It was exemplified when Rabbi Leibel, who I played baseball with for many years, took me into the boardroom this morning and showed me a photo of my father who sat on the Board of Governors for over a half decade here. It's exemplified when I think of the name Simkin, my mother's maiden name. It's exemplified when a record only 5 people came up to me this morning and said, "We're related to you." But it's a sign of the strength of the city of Winnipeg, but more importantly in this building and in this moment, the strength of Winnipeg's Jewish community. And the contributions that our community has made for over 100 years. And the beauty of this announcement, which I'm so proud the federal government has committed $4.5 million to. In addition to the $10 a day subsidies that, as Mike and Tracy mentioned, in daycare we are contributing to help support the ongoing operation of this beautiful expansion, is that it's going to allow for the ties and the roots of those communities to continue to grow for the next 100 years. The fact that when somebody comes to visit Bubby or Zadie, they'll have an opportunity for their kids to be here to play, to see symbols of their Jewish roots and the Jewish community around them as they share in the love and the joy that exists in these walls on a daily basis. So I want to thank a number of people for the work that they have done to make this a reality. I see my good friend Matan Gamliel at the back smiling, who's been working so diligently to make sure that money comes in. I think, Lori, of the tenacity in your advocacy, the determination, the perseverance of you and the board to make sure that this has become a reality. Jeff, Rob, the wonderful work the Jewish Federation and the Rady Center continues to do to make sure that our community thrives in this city cannot be understated. So today, as we gather to celebrate on behalf of the Prime Minister and my colleagues in the federal government, I am thrilled to be here as a federal representative to celebrate that $4.5 million investment to celebrate what the next 100 years of this beautiful facility will bring to our city and, more importantly, to the Jewish community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Well, government investment is, of course, an important part of making projects like this possible. The impact is felt directly in our communities, and no one understands better than the people who lead and deliver these services every day. It's my great pleasure now to welcome Lori Triquetti, CEO of the Simkin Center, and someone I consider a great personal friend, to say a few words. Lori is a dedicated leader in our community and brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to this important task. Please join me in welcoming Lori Triquetti.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our home, the Solon Clarabelle Simkin Center. The governments of Canada and Manitoba and the Solon Clarabelle Simkin Center are proud to announce the development of the Gray Family Center, a transformative new project that will create a vibrant intergenerational hub where children, older adults, families, and community members can learn, connect, and thrive together. The Gray Family Center represents a $17.6 million investment in community well-being. It will add approximately 20,650 square feet of new space to the Simkin Center campus. The facility will feature a large multi-purpose gathering space for community programming, worship, and other events, a grand gallery, a wellness center, and its signature component, the new Faye Vicar Laser Early Learning Center, operated by our friends at the Grady Jewish Community Center. The Early Learning Center, as you've already heard, will offer 152 licensed childcare spaces, including infant, preschool, nursery, and school-age programming. This will help address the growing need for high-quality childcare in Winnipeg, while fostering meaningful relationships between children and Simkin Center relationships. This project has been approved for up to $4.5 million in funding through the Canada-Manitoba Canada-wide Early Learning and Childcare Agreement. The Gray Family Center is designed around the principle that every generation has something valuable to share and something meaningful to gain. This model will bring young children and older adults together through shared experiences that support learning, well-being, social connection, and personal growth. This project is expected to become one of Canada's leading examples of intergenerational programming. The Gray Family Center has been made possible through the collaboration and generosity of governments, community foundations, private donors, and volunteers who all share in the belief of the power of connection across generations. The Simkin Center gratefully acknowledges the support of the Government of Canada, the Government of Manitoba, the Gray family, Sarah, Michael, and Debbie, Joel Laser and family, and Larry Vicar and children, in memory of Faye Vicar Laser. Jacqueline Simkin, to honor the memory of Melanie Sarah Simkin Demeter. The family of Richard Rice. David Cullen, trustee of the Grossberg Fund. The Jewish Foundation of Manitoba. Marjorie Blankstein. The Arlene and Mel Fagus Family Fund. The estate of Fred Lepkin, in memory of Hy, Lil, Fred, and Gary Lepkin, and Robert Schindelman. Together, these investments are helping create a destination where childcare, elder care, education, community gathering, and lifelong learning will come together under one roof. Construction is anticipated to begin in October and completed by early May 2028. Thank you for all being here today.
Thank you, Lori, for those thoughtful remarks and for the important work that you and your team do every single day. It's always important that the investments we make deliver meaningful results for the people and families they're intended to serve. We're fortunate to have Jeff Lieberman, the CEO of the Jewish Federation of Winnipeg, with us today to speak to the importance of this work and the impact on our community. Please welcome Jeff Lieberman.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here today to celebrate an exciting new chapter for the Simkin Center and for our community. We know how important affordable, accessible child care is to families. There is a real need for more spaces, both within the Jewish community and across Winnipeg. And I can say that on a personal level, this news is especially welcome for me. I already have one grandchild in daycare and another who will be going to daycare next month, but I do have a third grandchild who will need a spot soon. So I am very happy to see more spaces being created. And we are thrilled that those spaces are being created right here in one of our community's most important gathering places. The Simkin Center is already a place where generations come together. It's a place of care, dignity, community, and connection for our seniors. And now, through this wonderful partnership with the Rady JCC, it will also become a place where young children can learn, grow, and build relationships. There is something really beautiful about that. We often talk about the importance of creating opportunities for our young people to know and understand our seniors. Bringing them together creates opportunities for both generations to learn from one another, to develop empathy and understanding, and to enjoy each other's company. That is what makes this project so much more than childcare. It's about community building. And I want to thank and recognize the Government of Canada, MP Ben Carr, and Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning, Tracy Schmidt, and the province of Manitoba for being here today and for making this project possible. It really is appreciated for our community. I also want to recognize Lori Charchetti, CEO of the Simkin Center, Board Chair Al Benarosh, Rob Berkowitz, CEO of the Rady JCC, and Rady JCC Board Chair Murray Gilfix, as well as everyone at both organizations who has worked to bring this vision to life. The Jewish Federation is proud to see two of our community's outstanding institutions come together on a project that addresses a very real need while creating something truly special. A welcoming community space and an opportunity to bring our youngest and oldest generations together. That is a pretty wonderful combination. We are excited to see this next chapter begin, and we look forward to seeing the laughter, learning, and connections that will continue to fill this building in the years to come. Thank you, and Mazel Tov.
Thank you, Jeff, for sharing that important perspective. And thank you again to all of our speakers, partners, and guests for joining us today. Today's announcement is about working together to strengthen our community and ensuring that Manitobans have the opportunities, services, and supports they need to thrive. We're grateful to everyone who has played a role in bringing this work forward, and we're excited about this expansion and what it will mean for the new Gray Family Center and Simkin Center and the people and families it serves. That concludes the formal portion of our agenda. We will now open the floor to questions from the media.
Maggie, maybe a question for Lori. I'm sure families are listening to this announcement probably wondering, when is the wait list open? Can you tell us how are people going to be able to register and put their names forward?
Well, probably 2 years ago when people got wind something might be happening, I already had people starting to contact me. But as the operator of the Child Care Early Learning Center, we would speak to our friends at the Rady Center about how to get onto that wait list.
And for May, and completion around May, is that also when you expect it will be open and accepting students?
I I hope so. That would be the plan. As soon as we can get people and children in, that would be great.
Can you tell us your vision in terms of sort of community events, some of the gatherings that will take place at the new center?
Well, I think there's so many things that our residents and children can do together. So any celebration, whether it's Purim, Passover, Hanukkah, all of those kinds of things, and then making challah on Fridays together, other sporting type kind of things they can do. So there's just art projects. There's a lot of different things that we envision happening at the center.
You mentioned it's going to be a leading example in the country. Are there other sites, campuses that have a similar model that you've taken inspiration from?
I think this is a pretty unique model in Canada. I know there is a home in Saskatchewan where there's actually a grade 6 class that's run from the home, which I think is part of my inspiration for this, but another example. But we'll have children that are a little bit younger as well.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the inspiration? Where did this idea come from, and how did it all start?
Well, I think partly for me being a working mother and raising my children in this neighborhood and trying to find daycare was very difficult. My children are older now, but so I realized how difficult it is for working moms to find daycare for their children. So of course that's an inspiration. And being in this business for over 30 years now, I know things that make our residents happy are music, animals, and children. So if we're able to bring the children here on a regular basis, it's going to make life all that much better for our residents.
Do I just point out where exactly will it be? Is it behind you, or?
If you go down this hallway here, it will actually be physically connected to the existing building.
And in terms of the construction, should residents expect disruption? What should they expect in the meantime?
I wouldn't call it disruption. There will be activity going on, but from experience with past projects that I'm aware of, I know residents will take a keen interest and will be watching exactly what is going on there. It will be daily excitement while it's being built.
All right, thank you. Thanks. Est-ce que ce serait possible d'avoir des commentaires en français?
First,
Oui.
go ahead, Tracy.
If someone speaks French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouais, est-ce qu'il y a une question spécifique?
Juste nous dire à quoi vont servir ces investissements pour ce centre.
152 espaces ici pour les enfants. Alors, c'est tellement important pour nous parce que c'est quelque chose qui est en train entre la province, la Fédération juive et puis au gouvernement du Canada. Et c'est une opportunité pour créer des nouvelles connexions entre les générations. Alors, c'est 4,5 millions de dollars investis du gouvernement du Canada, puis presque 3,5 ici des dons qui étaient contribués par la communauté. Et je viens de dire, c'est une opportunité pour créer des nouveaux liens entre les générations ici au Canada.
Et pourquoi maintenant prendre cette initiative?
Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de besoins. on a nécessité de créer des nouveaux espaces ici pour les enfants, pour les familles, au cause de communauté qui continue d'agrandir. Alors c'est ça pour moi.
Et est-ce que vous pouvez peut-être me rappeler les dates de combien de temps ça va
Mais
prendre?
comme Laurie a juste bien dit, complétion, on espère, mai 2028, mais commence la construction cet octobre, quelques mois.
Et c'est donc un projet en collaboration avec différents partenaires.
Oui, c'est ça, exactement. La province du Manitoba, le gouvernement du Canada, le comité juif et d'autres citoyens qui ont contribué à faire longtemps.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Lori, can you address parking issue here? We just talked to that we're going to lose a lane of parking.
Hi, Alan. So Alan is one of our residents that lives at the Simkin Center, and we will be adding more parking spaces, Alan. That's part of our plan.
Thank you. This concludes the formal portion. Thank you, Minister.
Larry, Julie, you guys okay to get into a photo? If you'd rather not be in one, that's okay. But
We can throw Shane in.
Whenever there's a slight pause, I go.